Tonight, an 8 on Your Side investigation, taking a toll.
Billed more than 160 times for a car that isn't even theirs. This couple is furious, and for good reason. Our investigation will make you want to check your SunPass bill. Now, you trust that those tolls that you're paying for are for roads that you've actually driven on.
But that is not the case for one Bay Area couple. They have no idea how a stranger's car ended up on their SunPass account. Senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews joining us now. This is sort of you're building a laundry list of billing errors when it comes to this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, it's just gone on and on and on. Do you have a SunPass account?
Yes.
We do. Yeah.
When's the last time you checked it?
I just see the recurring charge every month. I can't say I've inspected it.
I never check it.
Okay, well, you might be surprised what you find. When's the last time you checked yours? A Tampa couple was shocked to learn someone was getting a free ride. They were paying for it, and the state didn't want to hear it.
They just said, look, it's on your account. You're responsible.
But 80-year-old Peter Milch didn't think he should be responsible for toll charges on a car he doesn't own on roads he didn't travel.
It was unnoticed. We were automatically billed.
Not many people bother to check their SunPass bill. How could anything be wrong? It's all electronic. The Milches have transponders on their vehicles. SunPass automatically bills their account.
I'm a trusting person, and I figured they know what they're doing.
In July, they discovered they were erroneously billed dozens of times. What did they tell you?
Sorry, it's your responsibility.
They contacted 8 on Your Side. Records I looked through show that as far back as August 2014, Toll by Plate was billing their SunPass account for a car that wasn't theirs. The Milches own this 2014 Buick with this plate. Somehow, this Ford with this plate showed up on their account. Between August 2014 and July 2015, they were incorrectly billed 164 times by the state. But what you do know is it was a mistake.
Absolutely.
And they took your money.
Oh, for sure.
Jacqueline wondered if someone hacked their account. I contacted the Florida Turnpike Enterprise. Spokesperson Krista Deason wrote back, no hacks. SunPass advises that the plate number was added to the account online, which means the customer did it himself using his PIN number and account number. How did that car get on your account to begin with?
I have no idea.
Did you put it there?
No.
The state claims its accuracy rate with electronic tolling is better than 99%. What would you like to tell them about their system and...
Shove it.
Some people just have a way with words. Got a note from Peter Milch this morning that he checked his SunPass account, and to his surprise, he received a $156 refund to his credit card.
Okay, but now if they say he's the one who put that vehicle on there, then why would they refund the money?
Well, you know, according to Mr. Milch, the notation on his account when he checked today was that he was double billed for that vehicle. According to SunPass policy, he was responsible for that other vehicle, and he should be held responsible, but as a courtesy, this one time only, they'll refund his credit card.
Yeah, over the past few years, there's been a few of those one-time onlys, though, right?
You noticed that?
I've noticed.
Sometimes.
You keep pointing it out. Thank you, Steve. And we want to make sure that you and your loved ones are not paying for tolls that you don't use. We've just posted this story to our WFLA News Channel 8 Facebook page, so share the post with your friends to remind them to check their SunPass bills. And now an 8 on Your Side investigation, taking a toll. Thousands of mistakes on Florida toll roads costing drivers money. State records show overbilling happens all the time. Records obtained by 8 on Your Side show the state's electronic toll system routinely overcharges customers. Senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews has found mistakes going back 5 years.
Anytime someone drives through a toll plaza, sensors count the number of axles on your vehicle. That's how you're charged. But these records obtained by 8 on Your Side show during a 5-year span, thousands of drivers were overcharged, and those are folks who bothered to check their bills. If you haven't looked at yours, you might be in for a surprise. Driving on Florida toll roads is part of doing business for trucker Bill Van Epps.
Tolls are a huge expense. It adds up to a lot of money at the end of the year.
He noticed a lot of mistakes with his ePass account, so he switched to SunPass in January.
I've discovered weekly mistakes.
Between January and September, Bill found 42 mistakes by the SunPass electronic tolling.
My rig is a 5-axle rig. I've been charged for as many as 7 at one time. I've been charged for as few as 2.
This is not just a problem for truckers. 8 on Your Side has obtained thousands of pages of Florida Department of Transportation axle miscalculation reports. These contain thousands of complaints and mistakes dating from 2009 to 2014. Here's some of what we found. A Toyota Corolla charged for 5 axles. A Camry billed for 5. Records show a Ford 150 billed for 7 axles. A Honda Fit billed for 15. A Toyota Tacoma also charged for 15 axles. Between July and August 2011, the state also charged one Camry owner for having 3 and 4 axles 24 times. Another trucker, John Northrop of Plant City, is suing the Florida Department of Transportation, claiming its faulty equipment results in consistent overcharging. However, following our report about Northrop, the executive director of the Florida Turnpike Enterprise, Diane Gutierrez-Cacchetti, told the Senate Transportation Committee in January 2014,
he has so much low metal that the gradient sensor is reading more than it was intended to read. We have not heard from anyone else since that news story broke back in the late fall.
These records reveal that's just not true.
So the bottom line is the system is not accurate. It doesn't work right.
During that 5-year period, 2009 to 2014, customers reported on at least 70 occasions that their 2-axle vehicles were billed as having 15.
It's just unbelievable. Problem is now I can't go through a toll plaza without thinking about you and all of these folks that you profile.
I wish you'd check your bill.
I'm going to have to do that. You're convincing me now. But all of this gleaned from the FDOT's own records.
Yeah.
What is the state saying about this?
Well, the state says they are looking at this now, but points out the data is 4 to 6 years old, okay? But it's information the state has had at its own fingertips for the last 5 years. It just chose not to share it with that Senate Transportation Committee.
Again, amazing. Thank you for your reporting, and I will check my bill.
Good. Everybody should.
Thanks, Steve. And we want to make sure you are not paying for those tolls that you don't use. We have posted this story to our WFLA News Channel 8 Facebook page. You can share this post with your friends to remind them to check their SunPass bills.
Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation, taking a toll.
And the state comes clean. It admits to tens of thousands of billing mistakes on Florida toll roads this past year. So have you checked your SunPass account yet? Maybe you should. You know, despite those billing errors, the Florida Turnpike Enterprise still insists the accuracy of its electronic tolling equipment is near 100%.
And for going on 2 years now, 8 on Your Side has examined problems with electronic tolling. Senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews joins us now with numbers that show there are more problems than we even knew.
Yeah, you know, the state has insisted that its tolling equipment is just incredibly accurate. All I've asked is prove it. Truck drivers like Bill Van Epps and John Norfolk not only have to keep their eyes on the road, they must keep a careful watch on tolls for which they're electronically billed. And so should you. Vehicles are billed by the number of axles.
My rig is a 5-axle rig. I've been charged for as many as 7.
The Florida Turnpike Enterprise released figures to 8 on Your Side showing over the past year its tolling equipment made mistakes on 175 commercial accounts, resulting in 24,549 axle miscalculations. With nearly 111 million commercial transactions during that time, the state claims its error rate is negligible.
I've discovered weekly mistakes.
Chronic mistakes also resulted in monthly overcharges for John Northrop. Following our 8 on Your Side report profiling his problems, Senator Jeff Brandes asked Florida Turnpike Enterprise Executive Director Diane Gutierrez-Cacchetti for an explanation. She told senators several highly trained customer representatives do nothing but service fleet and commercial accounts, which includes making axle adjustments.
We have not heard from anyone else since that news story broke back in the late fall.
Oh, yes, they have. In addition to the miscalculations the Florida Turnpike Enterprise admits to, 8 on Your Side discovered thousands more over the last 5 years in these reports. Here is some of what our investigation discovered. A Toyota Corolla charged for 5 axles, a Camry billed for 5. Records show a Ford 150 billed for 7 axles, a Honda Fit billed for 15, a Toyota Tacoma charged for 15. I would like to ride in that one. These axle miscalculations don't include the license plate misreads that we hear about every time we do a story about toll problems, people being billed for cars that they don't even own. So
yeah, but they're saying the error rate here is incredibly low, and that's nice when you look at the whole big picture. But it's really not apples to apples here.
Well, that's a good point, and it's hard to know for sure because they're really not giving us the figures we're asking for yet. It claims, the state claims it made 24,000 mistakes on 175 accounts. What we don't know is the total number of tolls that were in those 175 counts, so we really can't do the math and check their accuracy rate. So is it apples to apples? I don't know. I think it's fruit, but I don't know if it's apples to apples.
And if we can ever get that F-150, I could use about 6 more axles on mine. That's a sweet deal. Thank you, Steve. And a reminder, if you have a SunPass, you're going to want to check your bill to make sure you are not being overcharged. Log in right now to our News Channel 8 Facebook page to share this with your friends.